In the darkness of a moonlit forest, an owl glides between the trees. No footsteps, no rustling leaves, no beating wings. The bird seems to appear out of nowhere. Then, just as suddenly, it disappears again. For centuries, people have been fascinated by owls. Many cultures view them as mysterious creatures of the night. Some even believed they possessed supernatural powers. But the truth may be even more remarkable. Because owls possess an ability unlike almost any other bird on Earth. They can fly in near complete silence. And that silence is no accident. It is one of the most extraordinary hunting adaptations in the animal kingdom. Flying is usually noisy. Every time a bird flaps its wings, air rushes around feathers. Turbulence forms. Tiny pockets of pressure collide. The result is sound. Listen to pigeons taking off. Watch ducks rise from a pond. Even large eagles create audible wing beats. The larger the wings, the more air they move, and the more noise they create. For most birds, this isn't a problem. But owls hunt in a very different world. They hunt in darkness, often when visibility is poor, and many of their prey survive by listening. A mouse hidden beneath leaves may never see an owl approaching, but it can hear. At least, it should be able to. Over millions of years, owls evolved a remarkable solution. Their feathers became specialized for silence. If you look closely at the leading edge of an owl's wing, you'll notice something unusual. Instead of a smooth edge, the feathers form tiny comb-like structures. These structures break up the airflow. Rather than creating large pockets of turbulence, the air is divided into many smaller streams. Smaller disturbances create less noise. But that's only the beginning. The surface of an owl's feathers is also unusually soft, much softer than the feathers of many other birds. The texture helps absorb sound, almost like acoustic foam on a recording studio wall. Even the trailing edges of their feathers are different. They contain delicate fringes that reduce turbulence even further. Together, these adaptations transform flight. The owl doesn't simply fly. It moves through the air with extraordinary stealth. Most people assume silent flight helps owls avoid being detected. And that's true. But silence provides another advantage. It helps the owl hear. Owls possess some of the most sensitive hearing in the animal kingdom. Many species can detect prey hidden beneath snow, leaves, or thick vegetation. Imagine trying to hear a faint scratching sound. Now imagine creating loud wing noise while listening. Important details would disappear. By eliminating most flight noise, owls keep the world quiet around them. The less sound they create, the more sound they can detect. In a sense, their silence allows them to listen. As darkness falls, many animals become active. Mice search for seeds. Voles move through grass. Small creatures venture from safety. But night creates challenges. Vision becomes less reliable. Shadows distort shapes. Movement is difficult to detect. Owls solve this problem differently than most predators. Rather than relying entirely on sight, they become masters of hearing. Their facial feathers form a dish-like shape that funnels sound toward their ears. Some owl species even have ears positioned at slightly different heights. A sound arriving from one direction reaches ear at a slightly different moment. The owl's brain processes these tiny differences instantly. The result is astonishing accuracy. An owl can pinpoint prey it cannot even see. Then, without a sound, it descends from the darkness above. The silent flight of an owl may seem like a simple hunting tool, but it reveals something deeper about survival. Many people associate strength with force, speed, power, noise. Yet the owl succeeds through the opposite approach: patience, precision, awareness. Its greatest advantage is not what it does, it's what it doesn't do. It doesn't waste energy. It doesn't announce its presence. It doesn't create unnecessary noise. Instead, it listens. And because it listens, it understands its environment better than almost any creature around it. So the next time you see an owl drifting through the night sky, remember what you're witnessing. Not magic, not mystery, but millions of years of evolution shaping one of nature's most remarkable hunters. A bird whose feathers were designed for silence. A predator that hears what others miss. A creature that reminds us that sometimes the quietest presence can be the most powerful. Because as nature has always known, true mastery isn't always found in being heard. Sometimes it's found in moving silently through the world.